Okay, hello and welcome to this week's episode of Dice and Them. We haven't had any technical issues at all in the run-up to this episode, and we're all really excited and professional and ready to play. I'm joined by Tove.
Yes, you are joined by Tove. Hello.
Lou.
Nah.
Ralph.
Just about, yeah. I'm doing my best. We all are.
And Bambi.
I'm so ready for this.
Yep, Bambi was categorically the most ready. But let's go straight away to Lou. We need the Lou cap, Lou. You need to tell us what happened last week because we've all forgotten and it might be crucial this week.
Well, full disclosure, this is the least amount of notes I've ever written in a session. So
Excellent.
either that means that I wasn't paying attention or nothing happened.
A little column A, little column B, I think.
So let's find out. I mean, to be fair, we did spend half the session each without our headphones in. So stuff happened for the listener that I am just not aware of.
Yeah, that was a firm fan favourite though. Everyone loved that.
Oh,
The
yeah.
reviews are flooding in.
Yeah, I loved all the fan art as well.
All right. Here it is. Light seems pretty keen to go down a precarious lift, but the party worry about the damage a shock will do to Gladstone's heart. Light rappels down and sees a cave-in in front of the main shaft. Gladys tells him to tug twice for help, or once if he's getting pulled off. Light finds a body and looks for secret mole tunnels. The gang go down a rope and meet a big blue smoky guy called Noah. He is a mycological four-armed dude and is imbibing smoke. Everyone gets cryptic messages. The DM makes a choice noise when Gladys gives Noah some grub. Noah warns the gang that one path leads to death and disaster, one merely leads to peril. Lyosha goes on record as not trusting Noah. The gang go into a hole. Lyosha has a lovely swim, and then maybe dies from underwater teeth. There we go. Just a single page of notes.
I thought
So
that Noah could potentially canonically be spelt with a silent K. That could be fun.
oh, Noah. Yeah, I like that. That's good. I mean, the problem with that is obviously the fans have already sort of taken their own spin on Noah, so we wouldn't want to get in the way of that. Why don't you all kick this? So the important thing is we've got two different situations going on. We've got three lazy bastards sitting behind, doing nothing, waiting by the water's edge with an owl.
Does anyone have any cards or dice or...
And then we've got one dwarf swimming underwater in a large, expansive bit over the right-hand side of the main shaft. He's been underwater now. He came up in between, and now he's been down for 7 rounds. Okay? What's your constitution modifier with the extra cheeky +1 from...
+3.
I thought he'd surfaced in the main...
He did.
Oh, yeah,
That's
he
why it's
took a
only
breath.
7 and not 17. So it's 7 rounds since he surfaced.
Okay. I thought he'd surfaced again.
No, he only surfaced
not.
once.
Don't interrupt me. And...
Well, I thought you were wrong, so I figured I'd better rectify
I'm
that.
never wrong. So, 7 rounds in, you've been attacked by a gibbering mouth by the looks of it. And I'd love for you all to roll initiative.
17.
It's like a long time since I rolled initiative.
10.
19.
17.
Ooh. You and Light, who's better? Who's better?
I think you know the
What a
answer to
hilarious
that.
question.
Yeah, Tove, what did you actually roll?
I rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Then I added my +8
Jesus. Okay. So, Light goes first.
after Gus.
After Gus. Ah,
Yeah.
I've ruined my tracker. Ah.
Gus is super keen to get her gaming set out. She's like, yes, let's do this.
Finally!
Okay. Let's dance.
We didn't agree how long we are going to wait before we start to worry, did we?
No.
No, I suppose that might have been an idea. I mean, he must have fairly large lungs. He must be able to hold his breath for what, 3 minutes or so?
And maybe we should have thought of a signal or a,
Well, we did. The 2 tugs on the rope.
yeah, but the rope's been gone a while, hasn't it?
Hmm.
Anyone want to play Ludo?
Oh, yes.
More of a chess man.
It's Lyosha's turn now. We're going to jump across. This is how we're going to do things. A serpentine creature has come out of the darkness towards you and looks like it's about to attack you. What do you do?
Okay, so how close are we to the... what's it called? The bottom of this pool.
So it's probably 20 feet, 20, 30 feet ceilings, and you're right the way down here in this massive cave. But yeah, so whatever you think, I'm happy.
Well, I'll explain what I want to do, and there are several ways I can do it. Basically, I have the spell Entangle. So I'd like to entangle the enemy. But grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground. But because you said it's enclosed, maybe they could come from...
It's ground all around, baby.
Exactly. Actually, no, I just thought of that in the moment. That was pretty clutch.
Legend.
So, yeah, I could do that as my action. So Lyosha will raise his hand, pointing towards this swimming fiend, and weeds and reeds will start sprouting from the ceiling and start trying to grab the baddie. The creature in the area when you cast must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
Okay, so I make a check now, and that sees whether
it grabs it.
Yes.
11.
No.
So the eel-like creature, which is an eel, is restrained by grasping vines.
That's about as eel-like as you can get.
Okay, Lyosha is then going to take his movement, full movement backwards,
Yep.
back towards the party.
Yep. So that's 17.5 feet or whatever it is.
Yep. And is then going to, because Azure can be commanded by thought, Lyosha is going to command her to come.
Okay. So tell us what that looks like for Azure.
So
What's the bird doing?
Azure is just sort of standing and pecking. No, it doesn't peck us now. It's just, clawing at the ground and just, no commands. It's kind of wanders around, nothing really sure what to do.
Just in her idle animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then suddenly just jumps into the air and then just arrows into the water, and just with a slight plop.
Well, that's rum.
That is unexpected.
Probably concerning, right?
Certainly seems to be some urgency to it.
Maybe we should, go?
Now,
Maybe?
Gus, can you turn into anything particularly adept at swimming?
Best I can do is dog, mate.
He's a tough guy, right? I'm sure he's fine. Like gingerly touching the water.
So this is what I warned the players about beforehand. I'm going to start giving you some restrictions. So this is your soft warning that you're going to have a time restriction to make this. Basically, not have unlimited time to discuss this. We're going to move on to the next turn in a couple of moments. All right. So what are you guys going to do?
Okay, I am going to cast Summon Beast.
Ooh.
Some sort of eel-killing giant otter, perhaps.
What's the eel's natural predator?
Unfortunately, larger, meaner eels. Yeah. The only thing that'll do it.
I summon a bigger eel.
Luckily, I can call forth a bestial spirit, and I can choose air, land, or water. And
Water would be a good one, actually.
water, I think, probably would be a good one, yes. So I am going to cast my... I'm just checking how far away from me it can go.
I suppose, yeah.
I just want to send it after
Something to
Assia.
make contact with Lyosha.
Yeah, I want to send it after Assia so that... Because obviously Assia knows where Lyosha is, and we don't know where Lyosha is. So I want to send it, and she's going to make
Scout
bubbles and things as she goes. So I think my beast should
I
be
think
able
you
to
could just
follow
cast it
Assia.
into the water and just cast it into the water.
And find out.
Cast it into the water!
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. It's got a 30-foot swim speed.
Well, what is it?
It is an eel.
A bigger
Yeah,
eel.
fair. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want the stats for that eel, or have you got stats?
Well, I don't use the stats of an eel. I use the stats of the spirit of the
Water
beast
bestial
spirit.
creature. Okay, fine. Like Gladder's not doing anything.
That's my action,
Did you
so
just-
I can't do anything else.
Did you just summon an eel? Was that an eel?
I mean, I thought
It had these primal markings on it.
Yeah, well, I just thought if Asia thinks that there's danger, she probably can't get back to us, right? So I thought if someone goes in after her, none of us have to hold our breath and possibly go into danger, and then maybe it will come back and tell us.
Gladstone looks back up to his neck in water and says, "Ah, yes. No, good idea, that, yes."
Maybe you should take your armor off before you go swimming.
Yes, you should take your armor off. It's very rusting sort of water, and your armor is completely unusual.
So it's salt water, so it's tidal, so we should wait until the tide goes out and we can just walk through the tunnel. Got him!
This is low tide.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, Gladder's Light, you doing anything in particular, or should we move on?
I think it makes sense to wait until the scout returns.
Are you going to doff your armor?
Do you want to wear mine? It's kind of thick leather, but it's light enough to swim in, I think.
Are Gladstone and Josh and Light about to sit in a chamber and get undressed?
If it fits, I don't know what the height difference is between the two of them, but
How tall is Gladstone?
Gladstone is a tall guy. Gladstone is 6'6". He's pretty tall. He's a big guy.
I think we bullshitted in previous sessions that Gladstone would surely be wearing some sort of gambeson below his full plate. And
We did,
that
yes.
might be something like AC 12 or something.
That's what padded armor is, yeah.
Well, listen, I don't know what to tell you. All I reckon is you take your armor off and do the rest of the dungeon without it. I'm sure you won't need it further on.
It's amazing how many times Jack tries to get you to take your armor off.
Yeah, it's almost
wanna see
like
more.
a lot of my stuff is based around being quite difficult to hit and hurt
Yeah, it's
when I'm wearing
AC's
armor.
like 19.
It's exactly 19, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wonder
So
if I
the
could...
difference between that and like 13 is quite a big deal for a DM.
Gladstone starts doffing his armor and
Yes!
tries to cut out all of that. So
Excellent.
It just cuts to that, like,
No, I think we keep all of that in. It was absolute gold. Light on the Lake at Midnight.
is helping Gladstone take his armor off.
Ah, thank you, dear boy, thank you.
In which case, I'll say that you can take it off in this round, and it's done, and it's all sorted.
Fan artists have at.
Pit ain't got shit on me.
Eel number 3, or Ewan, as he prefers, who moves up again, is going to move up to Lyosha, but has to move a bit further than is allowed by just one movement. So you're being menaced by 2 eels, and the third is caught in a trap and can't get out because he loves you too much. Baby. Okay, that's end of round 1, which is round 8 for Lyosha's breathing. And it is now Gus's turn. Presumably your primordial water beast thingy will go...
Another 30 feet.
So Azure cannot go 30 feet.
Yeah, what is an owl's swim speed?
I was going to be very
Don't make it
generous
as
and say half the fly speed, because I'm generous.
That's incredibly generous.
No, that's too much. A quarter, I'd say.
What's their flight speed?
60 foot.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck that.
Which
15
means that
15
Asia's
feet
swim
of
speed
movement.
is the same as my water spirit.
Although potentially, for the dive, the initial turn could be 30 feet.
That's a lot of momentum, yeah. What, just out of interest, what's Asia's walking speed?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't
Never come up
happen.
before.
Doesn't walk.
It's just not come up.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no, it does. I've just never looked.
Why would you?
10 feet.
That's really unfortunate. Sorry, I didn't say anything. Carry on, Jack.
I know it's meant to be half walking speed. I understand that.
Certainly is. 5 foot of movement.
I think that's fine. I'm happy with that.
No. I think if we're talking aerodynamic,
Jack, you love it when we nerf
There's
our own
some-
characters.
And then underwater should be using the wings to swim like a penguin.
Yeah,
So-
it wouldn't just be losing its little legs doing this.
If only she was an oyster catcher.
Or a cormorant.
Some kind of snake catching egret. They
Yes.
swim underwater.
Yes. Okay, Gus, you're having your beast follow Azure, catches up, and hot on the tail of the eagle. What are you doing?
Eagle owl.
I mean, there's not a lot I can do. I'm sort of trying not to look at Light and Gladstone.
Okay.
Just
Light, what are you doing?
just in case.
Yes, no, it catches a little bit above the right hip. Yes, you need to sort of... Yeah, no, that's it.
Oh, there's a lot to work with here.
How sweaty is Gladstone?
Why haven't we been asking that every episode?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of fighting, moving around.
Thought about it. I think he's sort of past all that, really. He's sort of a bit dry.
As a husk of a
A
man.
under
dusty man.
So you open the armour at the back light and you just hear...
Hold your breath, Light.
Oh, Gladstone dust. Don't breathe that.
Lyosha, you're up.
Okay. So they're both now, 2 of them, in combat, right? So short sword swing with the main hand at 1.
Yep.
Ooh, 24.
Yeah.
9 damage.
Okay. 1 down. You have severed it.
Ooh.
And then with the dagger. Ooh, no, that's the damage dice, that's key. 18.
Hit.
3 damage.
Okay.
And then swims away.
Now,
Very mobile.
on the ground.
Famously mobile. You can imagine it moves in the water. Like a...
Does it say when you're walking on the ground in that feat, Bambi?
According to this, it just says when you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not.
So you're saying it doesn't have a second paragraph where it says like this only happens if you're on the ground?
Convenient.
All right, you
Funnily
can
enough.
move.
It's the agility, right? So it's
Yeah, I'll allow it.
It's famously easy to translate on land agility into water.
Yeah, away from eels. Yeah, go on.
and then
Go on, get on with
moves.
you.
Then moves, and then
Yeah.
Azia will. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. She'll just. Hopefully, the momentum will just carry her all the way. That's
Yeah.
that's basically what.
Yeah, you are considerable distance away. To be clear, I just want to add a bit of flavour. I have been accused in the past, perhaps, of not adding flavour or names or textures to the things going on. In fact, I live in a very grayscale world. So just to be clear, when you sever the head of eel number 2, or Edward, as he's known to his other eels, you do so and cut the head off, and you're like, you're happy, but that's the blood just kind of goops out and spreads out through the water, and you can see it just sort of, there's a word,
And you can see all his hopes and dreams written in the cross section across his neck
the blood
vertebrae.
just
Diffuses.
Thank you. I'm not very good at science. So you see blood just diffusing into the water, just spreading, and I don't know why that would be relevant. Okay, eel number 1 attempts to break out of the grasping vines that have held it. 20. Breaks out and then widdies its way towards you, and
Another
I
technical
don't
term.
think can. Oh wait, it can catch you. 30 feet of movement. It's very close to you. Maybe not next to you, but close. 5 feet away, I think. Yeah, that's eel number 1. Eel number 2, Edward, died. Eel number 1, obviously known affectionately as Egan, and it is now Sir Gladstone's turn.
You know, when we were saying about, like, you know, adding in distinguishing details, it was more like, you know, an eel that's, like, got a scar, or there's one eye missing, or it's got particularly sort of scraggly teeth or something, rather than we intuitively know that its name is.
It
Edward.
has anglicised names.
I'm just...
Listen, we have a feedback box for this exact reason. You write it on the slip, you put it in the box in this office that we famously shared together.
I will say, I don't think Lyosha can really see very clearly underwater.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I think intuiting is all he's got.
Knowing
There's
it's
a
an eel.
mushroom-
Knowing it's an eel is impressive.
Yeah, no,
There's a mushroom strapped to his chest and he's trying not to drown.
So if he's intuiting, Lyosha should be naming them, really.
Fair point.
It's like, what?
He probably would name them Eel 1, Eel 2, Eel 3.
No, that's very true, actually. That's the most in-character thing.
Asia's lucky that she's not called Owl 1.
It would be Altu.
No, yeah, this is at least Owl 5, if this is how he treats them.
Yeah. What are you doing, Sir Gladstone?
Gladstone, his armour now doffed and neatly piled.
No.
Half of it neatly
Light's trying
piled,
it
half of it thrown carelessly into a corner.
Into the water. It's floating away.
I mean, I feel like we still got to wait for the scout to come
Yep,
back.
I think that's an appropriate thing. You're going to wait, maybe pray.
I do some stretches. There's some alarming creaks and cracks.
You do some stretches. Oh, do you want to make an athletics check for me?
I don't want to. But I do get a 24.
Okay, you get +1 to your next athletics-based swimming or otherwise check, because you are limber.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Eel number 3, or Ewan, as his friends used to call him before they were severed, moves up to Lyosha and attempts to constrict him. Damn. 11.
Against armour? No.
You are wearing armour, I believe.
Yes.
Fine. It is. That is the end of the round, which means there's another round gone. That's 9 rounds that Lyosha has been holding his breath underwater, and it goes to the top of the round, which is Gus, who is waiting. So your water beast keeps up with Azure. Is going to overtake Azure, or just keeping up with?
I wonder whether my water beast can motion to Asia to like hold on to it and it kind of pull her along gently through the water.
That's completely ridiculous and bullshit. But I want to see fan art of it, so yeah, I'll allow it.
So Asia can just kind of like just kind of hold on.
I feel like pulling along gently is surely quite easy. I feel like holding on gently is quite challenging.
For talent, you
yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It feels
fair.
like an owl is very good at holding on, not gently.
Yeah, it's almost like it's designed for that.
I mean, Asia like kind of wants to steer, and the water spirit will be propulsion. Asia knows where Lyosha is.
Yeah. Okay. Gus is waiting. Light is waiting. Any flavour? Light.
Light's admiring his handiwork at an undressed Gladstone, then looking at the water, and then looking back at the way they came just to make sure that we're not being snuck up on by anything.
Smart. You're not. Okay. Lyosha.
Another attack. 19.
Hit.
10 damage.
Okay. Ewan also falls. Blood spurts everywhere. Oh,
Swims
Wow,
away
there's so
very,
much.
very quickly.
so much blood in this cave.
And then Azure, I don't know how that's working, grabs on.
Yeah, grabs on. We'll allow it. It's
No,
nonsense.
because I don't know. Because I can't really command. I just command to come because I don't know her situation. That's beyond anything that I have anything to do with.
Yeah.
Well, what's her intelligence? Or what's the eel's charisma?
Oh, good question. My eel's charisma is 5.
Renowned. It's just really. It just makes really, really problematic jokes all the time, and you're like, ooh, do we want to invite this eel again? They said they liked Harry Potter. Eel number 1 catches up to you, Lyosha, and attempts to constrict you with a natural 18. That's a 22.
That will do it.
Okay. You take 5 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. Gladstone, are you going to do anything remotely interesting?
Gladstone continues doing some stretches and some warm-ups, making kind of erratic splashing movements on the surface of the water. In the manner of, say, I'm just plucking an example out of my head, like a wounded seal, kind of just splashing and rippling as he warms himself up.
Amazing. Okay.
Some light thrashing.
That is the end.
Lowercase L.
That is the end of round 3 of our combat and round 10 of Lyosha's breathing.
God, I wish this water spirit swam faster.
It's going as fast as it can.
And you hear a rumbling, Lyosha.
Oh no.
A rumbling in the deep. And echoing, the water moves suddenly. There's something happening here that is out of your control and you're scared. You're worried. Well, I'm not going to tell you how you are. I don't think you're scared. But you are acutely aware that there is something coming. Something big approaching, Lyosha. It is Gus's turn.
How far away am I? And by me, I mean my beast.
I would say your beast is approaching the main shaft now, which is, maybe only 60, 90 feet away from Lyosha. So the beast can see Lyosha now.
And it can see that Lyosha is in trouble.
Yes. Lyosha is being attacked and restrained by a creature.
Right.
Do you have any psychic connection to said beast, or
Nope.
do we need to wait for it to come back?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have no psychic connection. We speak. It obeys my verbal commands. So, well, I think its verbal command was to go and see if Lyosha was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, having received no further instructions, it would see that Lyosha is not okay and return to Gus.
It would see that Lyosha is not okay, and its job completed. Dissolve
Is
into
Lyosha,
sea
this is
foam.
like a programming code. Is Lyosha okay? No. So Lyosha, you see in the distance, because it is at the end of your vision, in the murky distance of this water, you see your owl arriving on the back of a really fucking ugly eel, right?
With primal
you
markings.
you see it, and you're like, oh, it's Azure, and it's got to be, something summoned by Gus. And you see the eel, and the eel looks at you, winks, and then just turns around
Fucks off.
and swims back. And Azure kind of gives you a very, excuse me, Russian, like a shrug, like a...
Lyosha just shrugs back.
Okay.
They communicate in an entirely
Sorry.
shrug-based language.
Sorry, you are restrained.
Yeah, that's right.
He
Just,
shrugs with his eyes.
a really restrained shrug.
If needs be, a shrug can just be a facial expression.
Okay, Gus, are you doing anything? You're not. You're just going to wait? Light's just going to wait?
Light's gonna tap one of the mushrooms nearby and bring his mouth right up close to it as if it's a microphone. Not that he knows what that is. Hey, Noah. Is Lyosha in trouble?
Oh, I didn't expect to hear from you
Ah!
so soon, little cat. Let me feel. Oh no. Oh dear. Lyosha, the dwarf appears to be restrained by something. But that's not the worst of his worries. No, something darker, something bigger, something deeper is moving towards him. Hurry to his side, fair cat, or he may not last long.
Ah, for fuck's sake, Lyosha.
What was that?
Noah says Lyosha's in trouble, and he's
Ah!
dropping his backpack off and stripping his boots off and stretching his arms, laying his
I've been waiting
sword
for an
down.
eel for this whole time.
Yes, well, none of us thought to use the mushroom intercom.
This is true. Nobody did think about that.
That's because intercoms don't exist.
A foreign concept to them. lays his sword down by the backpack, pulls out both his daggers. Right. Takes a deep breath and dives in.
Okay, you have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So you spend we'll give you one action of doing all of that crap, and then you're 30 feet in or 15 feet into the water.
And then I would like to use my cunning action to bonus action dash.
Fine. And you end your turn, and that is one turn of breathing for you. What's your constitution modifier?
+1 from the T.
From the T. So you've got 2 minutes. You've only got 20 rounds. So you've got the same number of rounds as Lyosha from this point, if Lyosha doesn't take a breath. Okay. Lyosha, you're up. You are constricted by this creature. I think it means you have disadvantage on attacks against it, or you can make an escape check, I think with your strength modifier.
Or athletics.
I think I'm going to give you strength.
Or athletics.
I think it's strength. I'm looking at Ralph. Ralph isn't looking at me.
It's a choice of athletics or acrobatics.
There we go.
Just reading the description of athletics, it does actually say, or another creature tries to push or pull you underwater or otherwise interfere with your swimming.
Well,
this eel is interfering with your swimming.
Then I should try and escape.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone. This has gone too far, I can't say it. Oh, it's a natural 20.
All right. Okay.
Bites his head
burst
off.
the eel asunder.
Yeah.
Grab it and then start bashing the big monster with it.
That's an action.
And then swim away.
Okay, you're going to incur an attack of opportunity
Yeah.
from it. I'm going to be nice and say that it's not going to attempt to re-grapple you with that attack of opportunity. It's just going to give you a little nom, which is a 16. Yeah, cool. Oh, 8 damage on the bite. And that is the end of your turn. Well, Azure. So we said, what did we say? 5 foot of movement?
5
Scott?
foot.
She's 60 feet away from you, so she's pretty close now.
So she continues to come towards me.
Yeah.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's the end of your turn, so you've now consumed 11 rounds of breathing, of breath. And what did I say his name was? Egan, the eel, doing a great job, moves to you and attempts to constrict you once more. 15. Yes. That's a lot of damage. 7 damage. And you are grappled and restrained. But it's okay because the eel can't constrict another target
Oh, that's
while
right.
it's constricting you. Just it's better for your party members that you're restricted. And it is now Sir Gladstone's turn.
Sir Gladstone starts saying something along the lines of, yes, right, let us away and rescue our brave compatriot. Come, my friends, and the devils take the hindmost. And then realise that Light's already underwater, and Gus is sort of already geared up to go. So just sort of plucks a mushroom, draws his dagger, and dives into the water.
Okay, I'll give you 2 moves in that, so you actually overtake Light with your graceful long arms. Gus, you didn't do anything this turn, but I don't think Gus would have just sat there while everyone else was diving in. So do you want to take your turn sort of for this round as well?
Yeah, the issue I'm having is that I established in the last session that I could think of no reason why Gus would have learnt to swim. So
But you could be an animal that could, right?
No.
Nope.
No, but like a dog. We said like a dog could probably swim.
Oh, okay.
Or you could also shapeshift into an animal that's got a high constitution modifier, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, and if I'm wild shape, I'm pretty sure that's going to break my concentration and my all of my good eel content just all.
Does wild shape break concentration? I don't know that that's true.
Rules check-up time.
Checking the rules, we're checking the rules, 'cause we've played this game a long time.
No,
Still don't know
says
the
Jeremy
rules.
Crawford.
Okay, I'm happy with that because that's what I would have ruled if it were up to me. Which it is. Fuck all of you.
Alright, I turn into a mastiff because they've got a speed of 40 feet, so at least I'll swim 20 feet. Why not? Doggy paddle, motherfuckers.
Alright. I'll let you shapeshift into something and start making your way in. And it's the end of the round, and at the end of the round, a massive creature bursts through onto the scene in this large underground cavern completely filled with water. It's got hideous tentacles coming out at various ends. It's huge, and it's lurching weirdly under the water towards Lyosha. And it is about 120 feet away from Lyosha. But it's coming fast.
We infer this because none of us can see that far in the dark. Oh, it's covered in bioluminescent lichen?
Lichen.
Lichen?
Yes. Let's do that. It is bioluminescent. It's weird, and it's horrible, and it's gross. And it is now Gus's turn.
Alright. Well, Dog Gus is... that's not gonna work in the water, is it? Can't have a little sniff. That would be crazy. That would be really, really stupid. Gus goes, and then just immediately sinks to the bottom. So I guess the Dog Gus is just gonna paddle towards her nearest ally.
Yeah, 40 feet, you overtake them. That's your second turn of swimming. And your water creature is returning to you and is not a million miles away from you guys now.
I think now that I can see it, I'm gonna bark at it, but obviously it goes and just sort of doesn't really do much underwater. But I'm gonna send it back again to engage.
The eel go, oh, for fuck's sake.
Just fucking been this way. Now she's a fucking dog. Yeah, and it's just gonna go again towards whoever's most in danger, probably Lyosha.
Fine. So it turns around and goes back. Doubles moves. So the eel, just let's get everyone in their mind. You guys are all in the cavern system off to the left of the main shaft. The eel is just at the edge of the main shaft and is turning back in, and Lyosha is just in the entrance of the big cavern off to the right of the main shaft with the big monster boy coming after him. Okay?
And is restrained by
an eel, yes.
The last bad eel.
Light on the lake at midnight.
Continues to gracefully breaststroke towards Lyosha.
So you get another round of swimming. And Lyosha, you're up.
I should probably be there by now. If I'm... Wait, so what do we get in total if I move action dash, bonus action
45.
dash, it would be 45. If I then use feline agility to double that to 90, do I get to Lyosha?
No, but you get to...
Leaving a wake of boiling water behind you.
You get to Asher, which is 30 feet away from Lyosha, so you can see. So Lyosha, you can now see, in a flash of fur, a wet, drowned light.
I bet I moved so quickly that created an air pocket around me so I could take another breath.
There's an air pocket behind you.
Oh, well, you're welcome,
Following you,
everyone.
Fine. Lyosha, you're up. You can see light ahead of you, but you are restrained.
I have one choice. Maybe I'll roll another 20.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Nah, it's a 10 this time.
No go. You are restrained. And you lose yet another turn, another round of your breathing. Egan, very happy, goes to bite you. Now, question. Does Egan have disadvantage to bite you? Because Egan is grappling you.
Yes.
I'll say yes, but it's definitely not correct.
It's not correct. Well, I rolled a 2, so I either roll again and it takes the worst one, or it's just a 2. So no good.
Yeah.
But maintains.
Should definitely have advantage, but it's fine.
Advantage. Cool.
I don't think advantage.
I'm pretty sure you have. I'm pretty sure
I'll
that
take your word for it over mine.
if you're grappled.
Yeah, I'd also take Ralph's word for it. It's 18.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. I might
All
be
the
wrong,
angry
you
comments.
never know.
That's Ralph at Of Dice and Them. That's 6.
Ooh, that's a good called shot.
Set your own fucking email server up.
Yeah, Toad, get on that, please. Just get one of our 4 sponsors to pay for it. Buy Casper's mattress. His one mattress.
Casper's mattress.
His one mattress. He's been dying to flog it for years. Okay, it is Sir Gladstone's turn.
I suppose Gladstone is, in a move that will surprise all of you, going to move and then dash, swimming sort of as fast as possible, while perhaps thinking as hard as he can at the mushroom. Can you hear my thoughts? Is there anything you can do to help us? I'm probably realising a bit too late that it's not actually attached to anything.
Yeah, I don't want to decide whether that would work or not, and I don't need to. All you get back is a sense of the mushroom saying, "Why would I help you? You killed me, you prick! You pulled me off. I was growing here."
Gladstone also has a bit of a mental dilemma as to whether he wants to hold his dagger between his teeth, so he's like a pirate from one of the stories that he enjoyed as a youngster in one of his books for boys, or whether he's not going to do that because he's afraid he'll cut himself.
Yeah. Books for Boys is our companion podcast. The big hulking nasty boy in the corner surges towards Lyosha, moves a good 60 feet towards Lyosha, and is just 60 feet away at the
It's
end.
all right, Lyosha. If I know anything about how this goes, then that eel that's constricting you is about to be effortlessly killed to introduce the new monster. So
It's always a bigger fish.
I think we're onto a winner here.
It is the top of round
I'm not
4.
really sure how we can eat eel without eating me.
Like spaghetti.
Just takes a nibble of the tail. I'm free!
This is our disgusting ASMR podcast. Gus, you're up.
Aye. Swim and swim.
You paddle.
Gus pathetically paddles. Eel lithely swims forwards.
I think if the eel double moves, it can get up to the other eel. Have a little
I don't
eel,
want to double
but
move so I can get up to the
attack
other eel, otherwise I can't attack it and it's just gonna chomp me instead.
it. Would you not want it to chomp the eel instead of Lyosha?
Yeah, Lou, this is confusion of your own making by also summoning an eel.
Yeah.
Good
this
eel.
is
Now,
true.
what's your eel's name?
What's my eel's name? Neil.
Neil.
Yeah, you should have called it Eel Diamond or something.
Eel
Neil
Diamond.
the eel.
N'_EEL.
Neil.
Neil.
Are you double moving the eel to be next to the other eel?
Neil.
Neil. Are you double moving Neil to be next to Egan? She's
Really,
gone
yes or no?
maniacal.
Gone.
She's gone maniacal.
Full supervillain. What was that?
I've never heard her make those sounds before.
She literally, for the benefit of the listeners, she literally threw her head back
Yeah.
as if howling at the moon.
Neil, what's Neil doing? Are they swimming up
Neil,
to Egan?
the eel.
Stop looking. Neil the eel.
Yeah, right. Neil the eel's gonna swim over to Lyosha and smile. Like, I'm a good eel.
Okay. The smile you get is one that's hideous and
Oh,
intimidating
absolutely, yeah.
and does not fill you with confidence. You just assume it's another bad eel.
Are there any primal markings?
Oh yeah, tons of them.
But what does Neil the eel's tattoos look like? Are they tasteful? I'm assuming not.
Eel tattoos.
Of smaller eels.
Yeah, it's just an eel made up of several smaller eels.
This is great eel content. Light on the Lake at midnight. You are staring Lyosha in the face. You've been overtaken by an eel. You're 30 feet away, which is
movement plus bonus action dash, making 30 feet of
Yeah.
movement, to then stab the eel, which has got its talons into Lyosha. It's got its
Hooks.
Teeth.
Hooks. Flagellum.
It's got its wiggly bits into Lyosha. First dagger is a 16 to hit.
First and only dagger. And that is a hit.
And we outnumber it, so I'm going to take sneak attack.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you that because Lyosha is restrained. Although there is the eel.
There is
Okay.
That's not what the
within
rule in
5
sneak
feet.
attack says. It doesn't say and is helping. It's
Yeah,
saying
you're
is
playing
next
at my
to me.
table. I need to nerf sneak attack.
No, you don't! It is the one thing that makes me good!
Yeah, no, you're right. This is a 5th edition podcast, so you the DM,
Yeah.
should definitely not understand how sneak attack works and be really belligerent about
Yeah.
when it can be used.
To be clear, this is not a 5th edition podcast. This is a TTRPG podcast. Okay, the eel is beautifully ceviche'd and cut into twain, and you have murdered Egan the eel, and it is no more.
And Light gives Lyosha a thumbs up.
Okay, that's the end of your 3rd round in breathing.
Both are immediately engulfed.
Lyosha, it's your turn.
The other eel is in range.
The other eel is your ally.
I thought there was another eel.
No, you killed both the other ones.
I thought there were 3.
Yeah, that's the one that Light just killed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I killed so many eels. It's easy. Double move towards the nearest air.
Okay, so you are sort of in the main shaft. You're at the edge of the main shaft. So if you double move, you could probably get to the air at the top.
Can I somehow grab Azure on the way?
Yeah, fuck it.
Hey! Okay, then throw her into the air so she can fly around and be happy.
Oh, okay. You throw
Fly
that
off.
Okay. Azure is now flying, instantly thrown into the air. Azure, surprisingly, completely fine with swimming for this period of time, and
Yeah.
then being thrown in the air
Shakes
like
the
a
water
dart.
off.
Owls have famously good waterproofing on their feathers
Yeah.
and are able to fly immediately after being submerged.
Yeah.
The primal markings
The
flare.
primal
They flare with a fiery light.
I can't believe you forgot about the primal marking.
And
Sorry, it was
and
my
the
fault for
water
forgetting about the
just
primal markings.
evaporates.
Ooh.
And Azure flies.
Lyosha, you have regained all your breath rounds and are able to suck in that sweet, musty, dank air.
Any way to climb out?
Yeah, you can climb up the side if you wanted. I mean, not this turn. You've just broken.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wall.
that's fine. That's fine.
You could climb up the side. You're a ranger boy. It is now Sir Gladstone's turn. Sir Gladstone, you don't know anything anything
No.
has happened.
No, Gladstone keeps forging ahead to his friend Lyosha, who is in danger,
Yep.
sticking as close to the bottom as he can.
What's the range on the mushroom light?
30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, he continues along the bottom, and he has decided that he is going to go with the dagger between the teeth.
Okay. Do you wanna give me like a straight dexterity check or a sleight of hand for popping that dagger in as you swim?
9.
I'm gonna give you 1 point of damage, and you've
Yeah, fair.
got a really annoying cut at the side of your mouth now, and it stings in the water.
It's nasty.
Okay, that's
But
your.
do I reckon it looks cool?
Oh yeah, fucking +1 badass points. Okay, it is the nasty big boy's turn, and it surges towards this eel and this cat, so it moves into range of both of you.
Like,
So I'm
watching
gonna-
Lyosha go down the tunnel thinking, oh, I'm such a good friend. I am so glad I dived
And
into
then
the water.
out of the darkness, you just see these like tendrils become tentacles, and this huge gaping maw. Like,
And now it is
just
time for
follow
me
you
to turn around and just check there's nothing in this cavern before I swim away myself.
what I'm going to do for you, because I am a kind and benevolent DM, is that I am going to.
Kill this beast?
I'm going to say that this creature is going to.
Jonah and the Whale episode?
Yes, basically.
Ooh.
So I'm going to say that rather than splitting its attacks, it's going to go for one of you. But I'm going to allow you to decide, Ralph, on a d6, which numbers are Light on the Lake at Midnight and which numbers are the eel.
What, like
Split.
odds or evens?
Yep.
What's?
No,
Whatever you
1 to
want.
6 eel.
Yeah, it does feel like you want me to say
No.
1 to 5
I just want
eel.
you to choose which one's which, and so when it's wrong, it's your fault, not mine.
All right. Well, odds eel,
Odds eel.
evens.
Odds on is the eel.
Why would you not go for evens eel? It's all beautiful. Fine. Odds eel.
Because
Oh, it is odds. Okay, so it goes for the eel.
that's why I didn't go for evens eel.
So 1 hit against the eel, which is a 10 to hit.
What, Neil?
Neil the eel, 10 to hit.
No.
Okay. The other slam is a 11 to hit.
No.
Got lucky. And then that is the end of the round, and it is Gus's turn. Gus, you are the most far behind, I think, out of everyone. Actually, no, you probably caught up to Gladstone. Do you think?
Almost, certainly must have overtaken Gladstone.
Yeah, it must have been.
I'm
because
just
you're going
a
5 feet faster.
just a
aren't you?
friendly dog paddling next to Gladstone.
Yep. So you're paddling
We're
away.
just having a little swim.
Somehow
So-
outswimming the water ape that a human is.
Yes.
Gladstone turns to the dog and goes, pointing to the dagger.
And Gus just gives him a little nuzzle on the shoulder.
Oh, that's cute. That's beautiful. Light on the lake at midnight. You are confronted
Like, oh,
with
well
what
done,
can only.
pal.
You are confronted with what can only be described as a H.P. Lovecraft disaster in front of you.
Can my eel not have a go?
Oh yeah, Neil. It's Neil's turn.
Can Neil fight back at the tentacle that just tried to slam him?
Yeah.
Them. He them.
Well, Neil can attack the creature.
Yes, they can. Yeah, and it was gonna attack Light or Neil, wasn't it?
I thought you were saying Neil. Yeah.
So that means that a Light is within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Cool, because
Neil gets sneak attack.
no, Neil gets pack tactics if one of his allies are within 5 feet. So
You know what? You need it. So it's fine.
yeah. So Neil's gonna. I mean, the attack is down as maul, and I think that's like maul like a dog mauled something, and not like it grows a maul out of its body.
Yes, it doesn't grow a large
Two-handed
hammer and
hammer.
hit someone.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely know what my spell attack modifier is because I cast spells a lot. So this is.
Why don't
good.
you roll the dice and then I'll give you a semblance
Ooh,
of if you got a
it's
hope
a
or not.
24, and that's without advantage. I'll see if I get an actual 20.
Why would you get advantage?
It's a nice.
Pack
Pack
tactics.
tactics.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Because
been through
Neil
this.
and Light work together so well. They are almost like a pack of wolves.
We're so
together.
in sync with each other.
Just an
Yeah.
eel and a wet cat. Drowning slowly.
And that is 1d8 plus 4 plus the spell's level. So 10 piercing damage.
Piercing damage. Good job.
It's dead.
No.
Yeah, it was just a giant eel in disguise.
Light on the lake at midnight's turn. Do you want to take advantage of that sweet sneak attack?
I do. So imagining how I'm attacking this giant creature, well, maybe one of the tentacles comes at him and he slaps at it with a dagger. 16?
Hit.
18 damage? Whew. Really twisted that dagger in.
It's dead.
And now he's going to use full movement and bonus action dash to swim away, following
Okay,
Lyosha.
how far does that take you?
15 plus 15, so 30 feet.
Okay, 30 feet away. Fine.
Reaches the surface.
If you want to swim up, follow where Lyosha went if you were watching, or you can swim back. It's up to you.
So once I get out of the big cavern, can I see Gladstone and Gus?
Yes, you would be able to see Gladstone and Gus far away, I think, at this point. Well, you could see Gus, because technically Gus has moved first.
Okay, so I can probably also see Lyosha up at the surface
Yeah.
as well. He's going to go towards Gladstone and Gus and frantically point upwards towards the surface.
Fine. So I'm going to give you another turn of breathing. Lyosha, you are breathing dank, musty air. Your owl circling overhead. You're safe. You could just leave and climb if you wanted. Just ask yourself, what would Lyosha do?
Lyosha is loyal to his friends.
Yeah, but what about these people?
Oh, you got me.
I'm sorry, it's not a maniacal laugh like Luz was.
No, I think understanding that they'd come to rescue him, it's camaraderie and all that other stuff. Lyosha would plunge.
Drink a potion first, or are you just going to plunge in?
Doesn't have his bag with him.
To be fair, I haven't got a potion. I haven't got anything of any worth. So would plunge and then dodge action just in case. Not going to double move into combat.
Yeah, you're going to move down. So we'll have you 15 feet down, and then use the dodge action to give yourself. Not sure what that looks like swimming underwater, but I'll let it slide because you guys need all the help.
Takes a prepared stance. Underwater preparedness.
And you'll die before you run out of air, I imagine. So Gladstone, you see a cat coming at you out of the darkness. The cat looks frantic and is pointing upwards. The cat doesn't seem to mention the massive, horrible monstrosity behind him.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
He can't mention
explain that
much,
detail.
to be fair.
Gladstone mimes a beard and sort of shrugs.
Light points up again.
Gladstone swims where light is pointing.
Okay. As you go up, you see Lyosha, but do you want to continue up and break the surface, or do you just want to see Lyosha?
Gladstone likes to breathe.
Actually, what I will say is if you're moving up towards that way, you will see Lyosha, and sort of at the same time, out of the corner of your eye, you see what can only be described as the worst thing you've ever seen. This tentacle writhing hell coming out towards you. So you're like,
The worst thing I've seen, and I saw a horrible mushroom man eat one of my sandwiches.
Yes. Through its stomach. Now
Through
I
its
remember.
ribcage, yeah.
I remember that now. It made a weird sound. I'm with you.
What sound is this thing making, if any? Oh, okay.
Through
Thanks.
water.
I can do that.
I wasn't looking forward to looking up underwater monster sounds.
Yeah. Do you want to just make a roll to see whether you piss your pants or?
Oh,
No, don't worry. All good.
you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
It hasn't done that spell yet.
I got a 17, so
Okay. You don't piss your pants. Or you do. Your choice. Dealer's choice.
yeah, I don't think I will.
Okay.
I keep swimming to the surface.
Okay. Break the surface. You get your.
Break the surface.
You breathe and you see an owl. A wet owl.
Ah, good.
It is now the monster's turn, and the monster is. I guess it's going to hit this. He's stuck fighting fucking Neil the eel.
Whose pack has deserted him? The crushing guilt strikes light.
Oh my god, I'm rolling so poorly. 12?
Oh, meets it.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no,
It's
it
all
doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. 13. I forgot it's a second level spell.
So, you know that bit in that ballad of the fox and the hound
Yeah.
with the bear?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what's going on here?
Oh,
We've got Neil the eel just being an absolute hero.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky, because, not that would have... Okay, here we go. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And this is the bit where the bear effortlessly backhands the fox away, hurting it very badly.
Disney version.
16 points of damage.
Gross.
Is Neil the eel still alive?
Yep.
Oh. Yes.
Fine. It is... That is the end of the round. Gus, you're up. Gladstone has swum away
Abandoned
from
me.
you up towards the surface.
Yep.
And you can see Light in front of you, and you've intuited from their conversation back and forth that Lyosha is there, and that you should go up.
Yep.
Light's
Gus
giving the
goes up.
same instructions to Gus.
Okay, Gus, again, you see the dangling legs a la a shark movie of Gladstone's well-padded breeches above. You see Lyosha swimming down, and you see a fucking nightmare absolutely beginning to ravage your eel.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll go up because Gus doesn't like being in the water anyway.
Fine.
So let's go up, and so that there's at least a chance of not being in the water.
Yep. Okay. So you get up. You manage to take a big old breath, and you are good.
But I can't see any reason why Neil wouldn't have another go. Neil's got Neil's spunky.
This is something we've all discovered about Neil.
I'm going to miss Neil.
I'm gonna miss Neil.
What do you mean, miss? He's not. Why do you think he's gonna die? He might beat this creature. It's only got a challenge rating of 5. What?
Neil gets a 23.
Fucking hell. Yeah. All right, Neil.
Oh, 8 on the D8. That means that's 8 plus 4 plus 2. So that's 14 Neil damage.
Actually manages to bring it below 100 hit points.
Neil!
Okay. Light on the lake at midnight.
Hashtag Neil the hero.
Light swims up to the surface, takes a breath.
Yep.
What do we do? That thing is fucking huge!
Are there any repercussions of just leaving it alone?
Yes, I think perhaps if I distract it and you two make for the other side and try and find a way out, and I'll meet you there.
Light's going to look around, see if there's any kind of surface we can climb out onto from here.
No, so it's going to be one of those like 30, 40 feet above. So I think someone like Lyosha and you could probably, might climb, but I don't think you'd be able to climb up 40 feet necessarily that easily without assistance. I mean, you could probably with your claws, but...
And his 30 foot of climbing speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mastiffs, not famously with a climbing speed.
How do you pronounce the word, the climbing pythons? Pitons?
Pitons.
Pitons.
Or pitons, I think. Don't know.
I have a bag of pitons in my bag, but I left them behind.
Yes, some pythons would be particularly useful about now.
If only we had those pitons.
It sounds better when you say it.
Maybe I can make it back to them. Wait, okay, out of character, how far was it to where we left all our equipment?
Swimming or
Yeah, swimming.
Overland?
Swimming, overland.
Probably.
Could I do it
Well,
faster overland? Okay, quick mental exercise for Light to work out if it would be faster for him to swim back to his gear or climb back to his gear.
I think it would be probably better for you to swim back.
Yeah.
But it would take you, I mean, it took you 3-4 rounds to get here.
Yeah.
The initial tunnel, is the beastie too big to get all the way up the tunnel? Is it like safe at a certain part up?
No.
It's not a big one.
It's huge. I don't know what to tell you. It's just a big tunnel. It's all about our perspective. Light, how are you finishing it up?
And I don't think there's any chance of Gladstone and Gus being able to climb the walls of this without help, basically.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Not in wet Gambeson.
I'm going to...
I mean, presumably Gus could turn into a squirrel or something.
Gladstone takes this dagger. I'm going to go get the climbing stuff, and then that's how we're going to get out of here. Does that sound good? Yes?
All right, what am I doing?
Your best! And he swims back underwater.
Fine. Okay, so we'll have you dashing back down. That's going to be one of your rounds to get towards the gear. Lyosha, you are swimming down towards this nightmare creature and fighting an eel.
Swims up.
Changes his mind, sees everyone swimming up.
Light's going to come back down.
Yeah, you see Light diving back down, and you're swimming back up.
Yeah.
You break the surface.
That thing is horrible.
Master Light is going to fetch some climbing gear.
You went back in the water? I did not take that cat to be so brave.
Or silly.
I think he might surprise us all.
I think he didn't think about that.
I am going to attempt to distract it.
Okay, I'm going to climb out of this pit.
Okay, you want to make an athletics check?
Yeah. 22.
Okay. So what's climb speed half or quarter? It's quarter, isn't it?
Half, I think.
Oh, so I begin to climb, I guess. Just grab some.
I think you that was checked was to get out of the water and get onto the wall. I don't think you've got that far.
That's fine.
Sir Gladstone.
Gladstone puts mushroom in mouth.
Takes dagger out of mouth.
Takes dagger out of mouth. Puts mushroom in mouth. Has dagger in both hands.
Yeah.
Dives towards
Perhaps stay near.
enormous beastie.
He's gone. Sorry.
Well, I tried.
Are you? So are you moving your full complement? It would take you to the beast.
I'm going to the beast.
Okay. You reach the beast and kneel, of course.
Pack tactics.
Hell yeah.
Tactics.
You have reached the beast, and it is the beast's turn. The beast will now decide. Actually, you know what? The beast will not decide. The beast is tired of Neil and will attack Neil. That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, right. Beast really is tired of Neil.
17 damage.
Oh. No pack tactics.
Gladstone, having just arrived without his armour, just in time to see an eviscerated eel.
Just smooshed, mostly smooshed. Is it?
Disappears in a cloud of runes and primordial symbols.
The idea of Gladstone arriving like, don't worry, I'm here, and then the eel going, and then this creature just sort of turns its head comically towards you, and you're like, oh shit.
The introductory shot is Gladstone dives down, close in on Neil, who is pulled apart in a cloud of runes, which part to reveal Gladstone.
And that is where we're going to end it this week. on that beautiful cinematic, with another slam attack coming in at Sir Gladstone next turn, who has, for some reason,
Spoilers.
dove towards the beast as a three-way split of the party continues.
Yeah. Well, if his attention is on me, then it's not on Light.
For now.
For now. For the 3 rounds that my hit points will allow me to take 2 slam attacks.
Yep.
That's the chance it takes to get back.
Excellent. I've always said that Gladstone's death is a when rather than an if.
Thanks for listening to Of Dice and Them. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a review on your favorite podcasting platform and subscribe to be notified as soon as new episodes drop. In the meantime, give us a follow at Of Dice and Them on Twitter and Instagram, where you can also find out how to follow our handsome cast. And we'll see you next time.
Ready for a story you haven't heard?
Realms of Peril and Glory.
From one-shots to campaigns, indie games to established titles.
We are playing Liminal. Cyborg.
Thirsty sword lesbians.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Agon.
13th Age.
Join Liz. Laura.
Zach.
James.
Maddie. Naomi.
And Pip.
That was a delight.
And a rotating cast of incredible guests.
Hello, I'm Grant Howitt.
Ethan Blades.
Sasha Sienette. Shamini Bundell.
As we weave thrilling new stories with gorgeous sound design and beautiful original music.
I rolled a natural 20!
Yes!
So, what are you waiting for?
Grab your dice and go explore the Realms of Peril and Glory.
Go to realmspod.com today or search Realms of Peril and Glory wherever you listen to podcasts.